Hello, hello, this is Heather, aka Planner Mumsy. Join me for a comparison between the Hobonichi Weeks and the Sterling Ink Compact Weekly. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, I said this in the last video that I was going to be doing a comparison on just the Hobonichi Weeks. This is the only Hobonichi comparison that I'm going to be doing with the Sterling Ink, and I really wanted to do it just so that people kind of got an idea of the difference of real estate in these two planners, and just to get an idea, like, is this for them? Do they want to stick to the Hobonichi Weeks? This is in no way, shape, or form a smear on either the Sterling Ink or the Hobonichi Weeks. This is literally just a comparison so that you can get an idea of what might work better for you. Okay, let's get into it. So looking at the outside size of the planners, you will see that height-wise, they are exactly the same. I would say that maybe the cover itself from the Hobo is like maybe a millimeter bigger than the Sterling Ink one, but other than that, it is pretty much just about the same height. It's just a tad taller on the Hobo cover. The next thing to look at is the thickness. And you will see that the Sterling Ink is definitely just a smidge thicker than the Hobonichi. This is just the regular size, not, not the... Let's look at, let's line this up, and then we're going to look at the actual width of the planner. Now, this one I would give about a millimeter advantage to the Sterling Ink. Now, something you need to keep in mind here is that with the Hobonichi, as you can see, their covers, because for the most part, Hobonichi was made, you can put the plastic cover on, but their actual covers were made to carry some longevity and really protect the planner on the inside. So this hard cover, which is much thicker than the Sterling Ink cover, is gonna also kind of bevel out that side a little bit to kind of protect the pages here on the inside. Now, you aren't going to have that with the weekly planner from Sterling Ink. Her planner pages go all the way to the edge, so this cover does not protect this. So you're gonna have to use either a plastic cover for this or, a leather cover of some sort to protect this planner. Whereas Hobonichi did make it so that theirs would be covered, but as we get inside, you're gonna see a big difference then with the real estate that you're gonna get in the Sterling Ink versus the real estate from the Hobonichi Weeks. So let's get to it. About the only other difference with this one is I purchased someone with gold edging, and Hobonichi does not offer that. Okay, looking at the inside cover page, obviously with Sterling Ink, it is just plain. With Hobonichi, as per usual, the classic Hobonichi, you're going to get the Hobonichi kind of writing that goes all the way across. Then the next page going in, and this is a thick one for Sterling Ink. This is what you're getting here in your Hobo versus your Sterling Ink. Your Hobo is here in the middle, Sterling Ink at the bottom. Then their overview pages. So Sterling Ink has just a 2024 overview in, which for some reason I thought they were doing a 2025 as well. I thought there was more than 1 year. I'm just making sure it's not at the end. Let me just make sure. Nope. So literally all you're getting with Hobonichi, with the Sterling Ink, is your 2024 month view. You are not getting a 2025, so you're going to have to do that yourself if you want to. Whereas, even though this is a 2023 Hobo, you will see that gave you a 2023. It gave you some extra stuff to write down here for your important dates. Then it gave you the year before, and it gave you the year, this coming year, the next year. So you have a blank page here for Sterling ink. You can create that yourself, but you're not going to get the pre-printed one as you get in the Hobo Weeks. Then the next page on the Hobonichi Weeks is going to be this overview, which people use for future planning. I used it for birthdays. Here you're basically getting 2 blank pages to do with what you would like to do. Then in the Sterling ink, you are going to get, your next pages are going to be goal pages versus Hobonichi Weeks is just starting right into their monthlies. So we're going to set that aside for a minute. We're just going to take a quick look, and let me zoom a little bit. We're going to take a quick look at the pages that Sterling ink offers that would be different from Hobonichi. So you're getting these goal breakdown grids. Then, and I'm going to put this closer just to make it easier for you to see, you're going to get the breakdown here, and it's going to go with all these different priority pages. Then you're going to get what's similar to this. So what's kind of similar to this one, you're going to get on this side 3 months worth. And so this is broken down into 4 quarters. So there's quarter 2, 3, and 4. Then we're coming into our monthly. Okay, now let's look at our monthly. All right, it's going to be a little bit harder to see in the Sterling ink because her grids are still not as dark as I would like them to be, but there you have it. So you can kind of see real estate wise the difference that you have with the Hobonichi Weeks versus the Sterling ink. I'm trying to get the pages about lined up. Okay, so because of the cover and other real estate, you are looking at, it's a little bit more than 1/2 inch extra of paper that you're getting. So if we're doing it in centimeters, where are we at? We're almost at like 2 full centimeters more this way with the planner that you're going to get in writing. So that's definitely more real estate. And for me, this is one of the biggest reasons why I considered the Sterling ink this year over the Hobonichi Weeks. Now, the other huge difference you're going to see looking at it here is that Sterling ink uses a white paper versus the cream paper that Hobonichi Weeks uses. So you're definitely getting more real estate, and I'm just trying to line up the boxes. You're getting a smidge more in the actual boxes here on the Sterling ink versus the Hobonichi Weeks, but it's not, it's maybe a 1/2 box more that you're getting in the boxes going horizontally. Now vertically will be tough to figure out. Let's see, let's just make it easier this way. So it's just 1 line over 1 inch, and here you're getting just barely more than 1 line over 1 inch. So it's basically not loads and loads different. Let me just make sure I did that right. Yeah, 1 and just about 2 lines over 1 inch. So you're getting maybe a 1/2 box more vertically and a half a box more horizontally. So it's not like massive amounts in that way, but when you add the half a box, half a box, half a box all the way through, then yeah, it definitely adds up towards the end what you have there. So let me zoom out so we can get a better idea of overall. You can really see overall on the cross of 2 pages, you have a lot more writing space in the sterling ink than you have in the Hobonichi. So not like loads, but more. So just kind of keep that in mind. The book overall is the same size as with the cover on this book, but you are getting a little more of that real estate. So you're getting that little bit more on the top, a little bit more on the sides, a little bit more on the bottom. So it does kind of add up all in all by the time you're done. And you know, the same thing with like the box at the bottom, you're definitely getting just a little bit more at the box at the bottom on the weeks here. Now let's go directly to the horizontal pages, and I will do the same here. And I'm just gonna kind of grab a random one that I know wasn't written on, but let's look at that. So if we're kind of lining up the boxes here, this is really where you're gonna start seeing a big difference. So the book, the Hobonichi, is definitely going to have less real estate because sterling ink uses all of this real estate, and all this here is wasted, which in my opinion, let me say that right. In my opinion, this is wasted with quotes. I know a lot of you love it. A lot of you like getting the original and interpreting it. You do you. That's totally okay. But for me, a planner needs to be more function than fun. And this is definitely going to be more function, and this is definitely going to be more fun as far as the Hobonichi goes. So pick what it is that you prefer. Now, other things I will say that I do like better about the Hobonichi than the sterling ink, and that is I like the Hobonichi's their shading on their horizontal boxes better. Their numbers are darker. Their days of the week are darker. I like that better. Sterling ink, in my opinion, is far too subtle and far too faded and difficult, a little more difficult to read. She should have went a little bit darker, in my opinion. Some of you don't like that. That's okay. It's my opinion. I think it needed to be darker because it is a bit straining for me to read. Y'all can't even see it from here, whereas you can read Hobonichi's from here. So definitely a fail, in my opinion, when it comes to that. She should have gone darker with that and made it easier to read. Kind of the same, even with the headers for the month. They're kind of small. They're kind of hard to read. They really should have been darker, whereas you have no problem reading it in the Hobonichi Weeks. So definitely a difference there that I would say is a bonus on Hobo, you know, versus sterling ink for sure on that. And it's the same with the grid. You can see the grid clearly here. You can see it here, but it's not super clear. So it makes it more difficult for you to actually know. Now, one thing I will give sterling ink that Hobo has not done is she does mark her center pages. It doesn't look like they're side to side. I'm just looking. Yeah, I'm not seeing a side to side marking, but I am seeing a vertical top to bottom marking the middle of her page. So, yeah, I kind of wish she did that horizontally too, because it just, I mean, some people like to, you know, have that median of the page a lot easier. She did it, you know, here, but she didn't do it here like she did last year in her B6s. Now, let's look at, and then another thing that, in my opinion, is a bonus for the Hobonichi is that Hobonichi puts an overview calendar for the weekly, and she did not. So it is just blank pages with horizontal on one side, blank page on the other. There is no monthly the full month overview that has the circled week. Like here in the Hobonichi, she did not do that. Now, yes, can you purchase a sticker and do that? Sure. Pages, the Hobonichi, not the Hobonichi, sorry. The Sterling Ink Weeks is going to have 121 extra pages versus, I don't remember how many Hobos had. I think it's like 70 something. Hang on. And then they're going to have all these extra pages at the back, which again, I mean, I don't like, but some people enjoy. So physical writing pages is 75, but then, you know, you've got these that you can cover and use. So it might equal out to about 79 versus 121 in the Sterling Ink. So what are my thoughts, y'all? What do I think is the better planner? Looking at them really quick. Here are my honest to goodness thoughts, and, you know, be happy or hate me, it doesn't matter. Here are my honest thoughts. I feel like if real estate and functionality is what you're going for, no frills, no fun, go with the Sterling Ink 100%. There is a lot of extra real estate in this. It's not huge, but it's enough to maybe be a deal breaker for, you know, some people. If you like the nuances of the Hobonichi, you like a harder cover, you like more protection so you don't have to use another cover. If you like darker writing because your eyes are old like mine, then I would definitely still stick with the Hobonichi Weeks because you're going to get that stuff. You're also going to get an overview page for this year, the prior year, and next year, where she literally only did this year. In the functionality, I am going to say in general, the Sterling Ink wins because of more real estate, more fun, more refined, and just generally a little bit more to offer is still going to be the Hobonichi Weeks. So that is my opinion. I welcome yours. What do you guys think? I know that I have some diehard Hobonichi fans on my page here, and then I have some diehard Sterling Ink fans. So what is your thoughts? I know, and definitely try and keep it classy, y'all. I think that both of these hold a place in the market, and I think that I'm very happy that both of them are in the market, and I appreciate the work and the effort that Catherine has gone into putting together her planners. I do definitely want to hear what you guys have to say, and I thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!